Welcome to the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast with Mike Kincaid and Jake Goebel. Join them as they experience specialty coffee and document their journey. These friends explore roasts and roasting methods, brewing equipment and techniques, and review the cafes they visit along the way.
Thanks, Brioni, and thank you for joining us for episode 55 of the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast, where Mike and I get into batch brewers for home. We talk a little bit about the Espresso Flair, and we talk about some of the things that we've got coming up for you here with Orange Cactus Coffee. All right. Well, welcome back. I'm Jake Goebel. That's this sweet voice is Jake Goebel. Give him the mic voice.
Hello, everybody.
That voice is the voice of Mike Kincaid, and this is the Orange Cactus Coffee
This
Podcast.
is not augmented reality.
No. In fact, we're barely in regular reality.
No, standard reality.
And this is episode 55.
But high definition.
High definition.
For all you YouTube viewers.
High definition reality. This is episode 55 of the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast.
Not 4K.
Booyah.
Not 4K.
Booyah.
You don't need to see Jake's face.
No.
4K.
No, you really don't.
His unshaven face.
Well, you really don't want to see Jake's face in any visual medium, I don't think.
Yeah, they do.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like in passing.
There's certain context.
But anyhow,
Yep.
yeah, welcome to the show. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We have had record shows. I'm hesitant to
Record shows.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
I'm hesitant to acknowledge it because I am kind of embarrassed and humbled. And I normally don't come across that way. I come across as loud and, obnoxious and just arrogant and all these other things. But just thank you. You guys are awesome. And the listenership has just been growing and growing. The community's been growing and growing. You've been sharing. You've been telling your friends. And I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you giving us your ear and letting us spend some time with you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
It's great. Real talk.
Real talk.
It's so cool to see, and somewhat, I'm with you, Jake, on almost surreal, and you don't feel like you deserve it when people are like, hey, shout out to Orange Cactus. These guys are, we really like what they're doing. Or when someone makes a mention of you with positive feedback, it's kind of, I don't know, it's humbling and it's exciting.
Yeah.
And you're happy to see it, but you're also like, part of you is like, is that really?
It's like, you must not listen to the show.
Yeah.
You must not know who we are.
You must not have got past episode 3.
Appreciate the shout out, but you must not know who we are because we're really just a couple of bums.
We are. Yeah, but we're an army.
Yeah.
An army of frogs.
An army of dead frogs.
Dead frogs.
Or deaf frogs.
Well, some would probably say a deaf frog is soon to be a dead frog.
Oh, there you go. Or a super happy frog.
Or super happy frog that can't hear any of the criticism.
Yeah.
If you've been listening, you'll know what we're talking about. If not, Google it.
Yeah. Google. The Google knows. Anyhow.
The Google knows?
The Google knows.
I didn't know Google had a nose.
Nah.
But
no. That wasn't funny.
It really is what popped into my head. The Google knows.
Let me tell you who is funny, though.
Not me.
When he wants to be.
Who's that?
Manny G. Manny G can do anything. Manny G is whatever he wants to be.
Manny G Recommends.
Whatever he wants. He's a shapeshifter.
Manny G is so awesome. Let me tell you what. He hears something. He hears something on the Daily Ristretto. He hears an interview with Chris Griffith.
Yeah.
He hears us talking about something, and boom, there's the answer. Gives you the answer right away.
Yeah. Hey, you were talking about this?
Hey, you were talking about this. Here you go. Boom.
Yeah.
So Manny G, his recommendation today comes from our interview with Chris Griffith.
Yes.
A couple shows ago.
Good show. Enjoyed Chris.
Chris was great. And Manny G is great. Manny G recommends the SCAA Certified Home Brewers, Specialty Coffee Association Certified Home Brewers. We're going to go down the list of them real quick.
Yeah, in case you're out there and maybe your coffee journey is, you can be at many places in it, but time has come and you've decided, I need a good batch brewer. Maybe you enjoy the manual pour over. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't even want to go there. Maybe you just want to roll out of bed and have something ready to go.
Well, that's what Chris was. Chris was
exactly.
I get out of bed. I walk to the kitchen. I want the coffee ready for me right then and there.
Maybe you're having some crumpets in the evening with the family, and you just want to sit down and engage in conversation and not be tied up making 15 different pour overs.
Maybe Grandma ain't got time for your fancy AeroPress over there.
Maybe she's just gonna water it down anyway.
Maybe Granny don't want none of that nonsense. Where's the regular coffee brewer?
There is definitely place for a good batch brewer.
Just give me a coffee pot, dadgummit.
Yes.
Just give me a pot of coffee.
So, but we don't think that you have to sacrifice all quality just to go into the batch world, home batch brewer world.
Right.
And I think the SCAA would agree with that.
Right. But I didn't know that there was such a thing as a batch brewer that was good.
Well, there is.
Some might even argue that it is better than you messing up the pour over.
Exactly. Yep.
That you're going to get a more consistent extraction, a better cup of coffee more consistently from a batch brewer. Why? Because the shower heads will distribute water evenly. Some of them are programmable, so you can pick how long you want the bloom phase to be. So this is the same thing that you're messing up on your Hario V60. Yep. The machine is doing correctly. And then some of them pulse water and some of them distribute water evenly for as long as you want it to. Yeah. Or they'll, slow drip it all the way out.
They've got some good features.
As opposed to you getting tired holding the Bonavita in one hand and be like, oh, man, this thing's heavy. I got to put this thing down. This is like 1.5 liters of water that I'm holding here. Yeah. I got to hurry this pour up and be done with it.
Exactly. And there's many other features. And I think one of the key of the good brewers is when they test them, I think they have to hit certain quality standards for water temperature control, maintaining and getting the water hot enough. So one of the things that Chris mentioned in that interview when he was at the office, he's like, hey, we had 2, commercial batch brewers that have little water taps.
Same thing.
He tested the water, and one was like
195.
Yeah, and one was like down in the
175.
70s, yeah.
20-degree difference.
Yeah.
From the same machine.
And I think you've even looked up recently, messing with your Bonavita, where should my water temp be at? And they recommend 195 to 205, something along those lines. Yep. So you need a brewer that can do that. Yeah. Well, these brewers can.
These brewers can do it. So without further ado, here's the list. We're going to talk a little bit about them in alphabetical order here. The Behmor Brazen Connected 8-cup coffee maker, the Behmor Connected brewer, or Behmor Connected coffee brew system. So Behmor's got 3 different coffee brewers. I think it's the only ones that they make.
They have the Brazen line, and then they have the Connected, and then they have the Plus too. The Connected is new, and I don't think the Connected's available just yet.
Oh, it's not available yet.
You can get
the Brazen is
the Brazen, but the Connected is one that interfaces with your phone, so that all the settings can be done right from your phone.
Yeah, and we've talked about this a little bit on the Decent as well. Like, my brain can wrap itself around the fact that your little app, the connecting to your phone, that still can make something good. But there's a big part of me that doesn't believe it, that wants to see something mechanical instead of electronic. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Do you have any of those hurdles left, Mike? Or are you so far into the information technology age that you're like, bro, it's connecting to your phone. That's perfect. That's what you want.
Well, for me, yes, because the brewers, if you're going to control the pulse and the pour and how long and the timer and all that stuff, instead of fumbling through a little proprietary menu on an LCD screen that they put on, I'd rather use my iPhone, where the UI, the user experience, has been defined by Apple. And the app is, I just go on there and I got little sliders for how hot I want the temperature. How much cooler is that than having to hit a button? 95, 96, 97, 98. Okay, good.
I guess I just want to click one button. Click.
Well, you can't click one button if you want settings.
Click.
I mean, you can take it out of the box, I'm sure, plug and play. I don't think you have to have the phone to use it. But if you want to get in there and tweak the settings, you got to have some way to interact with the software.
It just seems like one more thing that can go wrong, that will go wrong.
Sure, but it's also one more thing that you can control.
Just give me my Keurig, my little K-cup.
Good security isn't convenient.
Yeah. Wise words. But my K-cup, how many Keurig machines you been through?
I've been through 2. I had the View, which is my favorite Keurig, which wasn't very popular. And then I've had their fancy platinum version before that.
They all break.
$180 version and
They all
$160 version. Yeah. And the only thing that got ours to work was the burp method. Flip it over and smack it on the bottom. You go out there, there's forums for burp your Keurig.
I never tried the burp method.
Oh, it works.
That's what I didn't burp my first Keurig. That's the problem.
Something with the pump or the water reservoir, whatever, it gets clogged or sediment builds up, and so you smack the bottom. And sometimes you go to town on it, and then you plug it in, and you've got coffee.
All that to say, here's the deal. Anytime you're using a machine to do something, you have to maintain it.
Yeah.
You have to maintenance it. Just because it's SCA certified doesn't mean it's going to work forever with no cleaning.
Yep.
No nothing.
Yep.
No maintenance whatsoever.
No nothing. You heard it here.
Yeah. Get you some no nothing on Amazon now.
No, but you're absolutely right. You do have to clean it. And a lot of them are simply cleaned with even just a little vinegar diluted solution.
Well, that's what Keurig said it was cleaned with, but I tried the vinegar solution, and it didn't work.
The key is not waiting until it's needed.
Oh.
Just like with your car.
Oh.
Right. Anything.
Oh.
You wait until it stops working. Oh, let's maintenance it. Well, that's no longer maintenance. That's
like my back.
That's like resuscitation. Let's fix it.
My back is broken. Is there anything you can do for me?
Same thing with like your
Not now.
dental health. Let's wait till we have categories, cavities.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying there's people that wait until
The gold tooth is not the result of a cavity, my friend.
I didn't even know you had a gold tooth.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Oh, I thought that's funny.
You didn't when you first hired me.
Nope.
Too late now.
yeah. Lesson: don't hire someone over the phone. Skype at least.
Sight unseen.
Some videos. Ask for a portrait, a headshot, something.
Send me a headshot.
Yeah, everyth's good. Just need a headshot in the mail, and we'll seal the deal.
And we'll consider you. Don't do that. Don't get yourself fired.
So no, don't do that. But the other things to consider, and we'll go through the rest of the list, are the basket. A lot of your cheaper models that you pick up at Walmart or even Bed Bath & Beyond, their baskets aren't very deep. And what that means is if you have super active coffee, fresh coffee,
blow up.
You're going to make a mess.
You're going to blow up. Yeah. That's what I had with the Kalita.
Yeah.
The Kalita, I put some of that Saguaro in there, and the Saguaro was like, let me go. Let me go free to the wild.
Just wants to take over the whole counter.
Free to the wild. And I said, no.
You can't contain me.
Stay.
You can't contain.
Yeah, if it's fresh roasted, it's going to be active.
Yeah, and so these.
But you can customize it, right? You can, right?
Yeah, well, and that's where the bloom comes in.
Yeah,
bloom it a little bit, let the activity kind of settle down, and then start brewing.
And then go again.
So what else we got?
Well, after the Behmor comes the Bonavita, the Bonavita Coffee Maker, model BV 1900 TS, and the Bonavita BV 1900 TD. So there's the TS and the TD. 8-cup digital coffee brewer. And I've looked at these Bonavitas before. The same thing with the Behmor. What I liked about the Behmor, and just to compare the two, because those are the ones really that I'm looking at. These other ones are cool. The other ones that we're going to talk about, or at least list, but a lot of them are more expensive.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm not spending $350, $400 on a brewer. Unless I'm going to I'd rather buy a big batch brewer and spend $2,500 instead. But I don't want to address the why right now. But anyhow, the Brazen or the Behmor brews into a carafe, and it does not have a hot plate underneath. Mm-hmm. The Bonavitas brew into a carafe, and they have a hot plate underneath.
They do have a hot plate?
Yeah.
We'll check. Maybe that's a difference in the models.
No, I think all the Bonavitas have hot plates.
Do they all have hot plates?
Yeah. The 1900, they've all got hot plates. Well, let me say this. It looks like it sits on a hot plate.
Hot plate? What's wrong with a hot plate?
Hot plate. Well, I think that I want my coffee to be done cooking when it's done brewing. I don't want to cook it any longer. What do you think? Do you want it to continue to cook on the hot plate?
No, typically, I've heard varying opinions on the hot plate. I heard a hot plate is okay as long as it's not on there very long. And it's not too hot. It's just a warming plate.
Yeah.
But I've also heard that hot plates will basically ruin the flavor of your coffee. It will cause it. But I wouldn't think it would be SCA certified if it You know what I mean? I would want to
If it
trust
ruined it?
that it's on the list for a reason.
Yeah.
And that they've tested it, and I know they put it through testing. I'm not sure.
Well, it's $125. So really, it is a good deal, I think. The 1900 TS is $125. The 1900, okay,
I don't think it has a hot plate.
TD. Well, what is it? It looks like it's sitting on a hot
Well,
plate.
it says here on their website,
Yeah.
and it's got a carafe lid, filter basket, shower head. It says, okay, durable stainless steel lined thermal carafe is all it says. Mm-hmm. There's none of the features list a warming or hot plate.
You know what? You can get it with, nope, the 1901 has the hot
That's
plate.
what I was thinking. There's different models.
Okay. So I stand corrected. Thanks, Mikey. And Bonavita, we might be talking sooner than later. Because that one is $125.
Yeah, it's a little cheaper.
The Behmor Brazen, I thought was $125 or like $150. Yeah, the Brazen was $160. But I like Behmor.
The Brazen's cool. I think one of the differences that I've seen, Chris from Cat and Cloud has got a cool little video on his Bonavita and how he's hacked it.
The Connected is $180 though.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with the Connected. I don't think it's nice, but I think all the features the Connected have for the most part is in just the Brazen. It's just you don't interface with your phone, so It's not as fancy. But I think some of the biggest differences, and Chris has a nice video from Cat and Cloud on his channel about how he's kind of made the Bonavita even better. But I think the difference is that the Bonavita, you have to take the lid off of the carafe in order for it to fit under the filter basket. So it kind of connects. And so some people say, well, that causes you to lose heat because you have no lid the whole time. The heat's kind of radiating up through the top. Whereas the Brazen, you don't have to remove the lid. It's got a brew-through lid, I think is what they call it.
A brew-through. I like that.
So they say once it's done, you just grab it and go. It holds the heat better.
Well, so you're telling me that from when I remove the carafe to when I get the lid on, that's going to ruin my coffee?
No, I think I don't know. I think there's a step where you have to remove the carafe and the brew basket together.
Okay. Well,
we don't know. We don't have one. So the key to this, right, we're really just talking about good brewers, SCAA certified brewers. So if you're thinking about getting a brewer, I don't think you will go wrong with either of these. And there's also a few others on this list.
Yeah, the BUNN. This one looks pretty good to me. It is called the BUNN 10-cup Programmable Coffee Maker. But see, I don't know which BUNN it is. Is it the Velocity? I think so. Is it the BUNN Speed Brewer? No, there it is. The BUNN 10-cup Programmable Coffee Maker, $285. Dude. Now, I like BUNN. Don't get me wrong. I even like saying BUNN. BUNN is good, and BUNN been very, very good to me. That's what, most my work, when I worked, they had the BUNN makers at the church. They got a BUNN maker. Everywhere you go, they got BUNN commercial. So coffee brewers. So it's got to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be good, but so I'm familiar with it, right? But $285 seems like a lot to spend on a batch brewer that's not a commercial batch brewer. There, I said it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I said it. Okay, well, then you get that one.
I don't know.
But if it's going to be an AeroPress for $30 or the BUNN Programmable Coffee Maker for $285, which one are you buying?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it depends what you want. If you want a batch brewer and you want a good one, the BUNN might deliver some more features than the other two. I don't know all the details about it.
All right, the next one is the OXO. OXO, I guess. Do you say OXO? OXO? How would you say that, Mike?
I would say hugs and kisses.
Oh, OXO, Hugs and Kisses. Okay, so the Hugs and Kisses on Barista Brain 9-cup and 12-cup coffee maker. The 9-cup is $200. I don't know what the 12-cup one is, but it is probably more expensive than that.
It's a cool looking machine.
It is a very cool looking machine. I like the just the sleek lines that it has.
Yeah, it's a cool.
And it looks like it brews directly into a carafe as well, and it can without having to take the lid on and off. So that's the Hugs and Kisses one, or OXO, or OXO, or however you wanna say that. However you want to say that. The next one is the KitchenAid Pour-Over Coffee Brewer. Now, KitchenAid's got 2 on here. KitchenAid's got 2 on the SCAA list.
KitchenAid makes some good stuff.
And this one's like $200. But it comes in black.
It's old.
$200. There's a digital and there's a non-digital. You have to add it to the cart to see the price. I don't know what the price is. I'm not adding it to my cart. But it's probably... Okay, I'm going to add it to the cart just so I can tell you how much it is.
$170.
Ooh, $148. $150. $150. $150 for the KitchenAid. But here's my thing. If you're going to spend $150, do you want to spend it on a KitchenAid, or do you want to spend it on a Behmor and tell people, I got the Behmor?
Behmor.
Be more than what you are. So there's that. There's the pour over. That's $150. KitchenAid's got another one. It's the KitchenAid Coffee Maker KCM0802. And I bet you folks are you bored yet? Are you bored of us talking about batch brewers? Maybe not. But so they're about $150. Let's move on. So done with the KitchenAid, it's about $150. And then there's 2 left. There's the Technivorm Moccamaster. And I like the Moccamaster. I just don't like the Technivorm, to be real honest with you, because I want to say Techniworm.
Oh.
Like, I don't want a Techniworm. So just leave the Technivorm out.
It's called a Tech.
Just call it a Moccamaster.
Moccamaster.
So call it a Moccamaster.
I like that name.
Moccamaster's like $300 though.
They are. I guess they're really well made though. I think that is the thing with them. They're just, people have like pictures of them, 20 years old. I don't know, some crazy amount of just workhorses. They work. Great design, simple, not too fancy. I don't think there's any screens. There's no digital buttons, at least on the ones I've seen. It's just you turn it on, turn it off. And I've seen ones with hot plates, ones without. People really like them. They are pricey, though.
$300 pricey.
$300. It's kind of like the Porsche version.
Ooh. Now you made the connection for me. You made it personal. Now I got to buy one.
It's just it's craftsmanship. It's reliability, which I wouldn't throw that in the Porsche category, but it's why it's more.
All right. So next is the Wilfa Precision Coffee Maker, and my apologies to Cuisinart, because I forgot them in the alphabetical list. They have a PurePrecision pour-over coffee brewer that is also on the list, and I'm going to say that that's $200.
$200.
$200
for your Cuisi.
For your Cuisinart. I don't like it because I don't know how to say it.
It is.
How do you say that? Is it Cuisinart?
Is it like cuisine?
Cuisinart?
Cuisinart.
But then, like Ghostly Roaster, he from Texas, and he said Cuisinart. And then Chris was on, and he said Cuisinart.
Yeah.
And he's from Florida. So is it just down south they say Cuisinart?
What would you
and
say?
It's okay for me to say cuisine art?
Cuisinart.
But see, I don't know. I'm awkward. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know how to say the name.
Cuisinart.
It's kind of like the Technivorm. The Technivorm.
I got a Moccamaster. They give you something else to say, which is nice.
Something different.
Moccamaster. And they also have a number, the Moccamaster 9587.
Ooh, I like that. The 9587.
Like the 911.
But see, I do. You keep driving it home with the Porsches for me. But I like Behmor. I like the company. I like what they stand for. I like John J. Behmor, whatever his name is. Jim Beam? J Beam? No, Jim Beam is something different. I think Jim Beam is something different.
You're real close, though.
I know it starts with a J. I know I always mess it up, and I know his name is Beam. So it's not Jim Beam, though. I'm pretty sure that's alcohol.
Maybe it is. Well, sometimes. That's funny. No, I'm with you. I think it's nice to see a smaller outfit that just specializes, right? In all things coffee.
Yeah.
And what's cool is they've got the roaster, right? Which we've really enjoyed. And they're going to have a connected version of the roaster.
So you can roast on your phone?
You can have, it sends information, and you can set the temperature and the profile and everything using your phone, which is interesting, which is, it's a curious thing. So I'm with you. I think that might be the one to go. From my studies, unless you're willing to drop $300 on the Moccamaster, the Bonavita, or the Brazen, the Behmor, are kind of where people are
$125, $150, or the next step is $300 for the Moccamaster.
Yeah.
And the next step after that is get a commercial brewer, batch brewer.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you want the Bonavita or the Behmor?
Both.
Okay.
We need both.
If I get one, you get the other. Which one are we picking right now?
Are we going to ask them to send us one to demo and shoot a video?
No, you're so fancy. No, I'm going to buy it. That way I can, if I don't like it, I can be ultra critical and I don't feel like I owe them anything. I think that's sometimes that's a problem with getting free stuff, right? Is because you kind of feel like you owe them something. But if I buy it, I'm like, dude, I spent $300 on your product and it stunk.
I'm giving you a full review and then asking for a refund.
Well, I'm not going to ask for a refund.
Exactly.
But I am going to give you a full review, an honest review, because you guys deserve it. They don't deserve it if they're putting out booty product. Right? Am I the only one?
Whichever one you want to go with. We'll figure it out. The reason he asks is because we thought maybe we'd each get one, a different one, and compare and contrast.
Yeah. Okay.
Put them head to head. Winner take all. Pink slips.
Pink slips. I like it. I like it. You know what else we want to compare and contrast? Well, the I can't even remember what the name of it is.
Good.
There was the
Nice
Espresso
segue,
Forge.
buddy.
There was the Espresso Forge.
Yeah.
That Manny's getting.
Manual espresso.
Yeah, manual.
Shooter.
No. Manny G.
Manny G.
Manny Espresso.
Recommends the manual espresso Forge.
Wait a minute. I'm confused now. The Flair Espresso Maker.
Yeah, it's a new one to hit the scene.
Is another manual espresso maker.
Yes.
By hand. Instead of push buttons.
Yep. Comes in a neat little briefcase kit. It's portable.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've seen it a few different places, but Sweet Maria's Tom and crew over there have been promoting it a little bit. They sell it, and they have a few videos demonstrating it, showing what it's good at. They've been quite impressed. I guess the portafilter setup is not your standard, right? It's not like your commercial espresso machine, but they do claim you get well over 9 bars.
$150 too?
Yeah.
With the carrying case.
With the case, and you can buy additional brew chamber portafilter setups so that you can have 2 or 3 ready to go.
$200?
And boom, 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 knock out 3 quick espressos and not worry about it.
2 brewing heads and a stainless steel tamper, $200. And the whole kit.
And then that stainless steel tamper is an add-on. I think you're talking about that comes with the kit, which is kind of neat because it's custom designed for the size of their little
because it's not a
basket.
It's not a regular size.
Yeah.
Whereas the Forge is a regular size portafilter.
I think it's more of a standard 54.
Standard, yeah.
So one of the things that they mentioned on the video, the Sweet Maria's video, is that the basket, I think she said it could only hold up to around 16, 17 grams.
Okay.
So she said if you're used to doing a little bit more than that, they haven't, that's kind of the max that they've been able to get in there. And but they talk pretty highly of it. So maybe something to look into if you're looking for a manual. I'm going to sneeze. Espresso.
All right. Good job sneezing, buddy.
I'm back. And so check it out. It's kind of neat. The way it breaks down, it's all like cast iron, steel. So it should hold up.
Cast iron or steel? I think they're 2 different things. I think iron and steel.
They said both. Oh. They said it's either cast iron or steel.
Oh, probably different pieces made out of different things.
They could be.
Okay, perfect. Well, that sounds good. So the Flair Espresso, and you can get that at flairespresso.com.
Or Sweet Maria's.
And you can check the show notes because I'm going to put links for them in the show notes and also that list of brewers if you're interested. We're going to put those in there. And really, the reason why we spent so much time on the brewers is because, Chris had asked about the brewers previously.
I think it's a big question a lot of people have.
I think so, too.
I just need I need a good brewer.
Yeah.
So I think, just over $100 is reasonable, especially with Keurig sitting around $150.
Yeah.
For the top of the line.
Yeah. And if you already have a Bonavita kettle, you complete the set.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like having the same thing of the same thing.
It's cool.
You know, like
Apple.
yeah, like Apple everything, like Bonavita everything,
Yeah.
like Hario everything.
There's something maybe inside your mind that feels like it's going to work better if it's paired with
If the set
partners.
is complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any issues.
Yeah.
It's that, or they all revolt and everything breaks at the same time.
Perfect. which is great too.
The kettle crapped out, and now the brewer doesn't work. What's going on here?
Dadgummit. Just bring the Keurig machine up from downstairs.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
This is terrible.
Get the corrupts.
We don't have a Keurig machine anymore because
You've been liberated.
Mom's moved out. She retired.
took it with you?
She retired, and she said, "Peace out, homie. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to retire with my sisters, and I'm done with you." So she moved on out. She took her Keurig machine with her.
Did she take, or were you like, take this with you?
No. It wasn't even a conversation
Because it was hers.
She knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom's good to go.
You've shown her how to brew on it.
Yeah, I've taught her a thing or two with the K-cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to align them properly.
Yeah, don't poke your finger on the little sharp doohickey.
Yeah, you got to. Not that I've ever done that.
Ooh, look at this basket. What's in there?
Ow.
Not a good idea. So that's good. Thanks, Manny, for sending us that list.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it.
And Chris, hope you're listening. And
if any of you out there have used this or currently own one of these brewers, let us know. Are you liking it?
Hit us up.
You hating it?
Hit us up. Tell us which one we should get.
Yeah, please do, because we will probably get one pretty soon here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Within the month.
Within the month.
No.
Ooh.
No, I'm just teasing.
Oh.
So, can you make iced coffee with them, though?
What do you mean?
Can you throw ice in the carafe?
And brew right into it?
And brew right into it?
I'm sure you might be able to if you account for the volume.
Yeah.
You know, how much it can hold. Yeah.
Maybe get
now you're
'cause
thinking.
Some of them got glass as well, so you can watch it. It's cool.
It is, but sometimes hot and cold and glass can
Japanese style, bro. That's what I do.
crack.
That's all I do. It's all I do with the V60. I've done the Japanese style iced coffee.
You put the ice in there.
Pour over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No problem.
no problem.
Not
But that's
yet.
Hario glass.
Oh, that's Hario.
That's Hario glass. I don't know about this OXO Hugs and Kisses glass.
Hugs and kisses.
I don't know about this Hugs and Kisses glass.
Yeah. I got the Hugs and Kisses brewer.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. How's that working?
It's great.
Good.
I love it.
Real good. Hey,
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, do you girls want to come on over for a cup of coffee? I got the Hugs and Kisses brewer.
Oh, you're such a creep. You're so good at that.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
The creepy guy has to want some coffee.
Wait, you're saying yes?
So, yesterday I took the boys to wrestling practice, and afterwards we're talking coffee.
With the kids?
Yes, with the kids. Thank you, Mike. With one of the coaches and one of the other dads. We're standing around talking coffee. They want to know,
Were you wearing the hat?
how's it going? Yeah, I was wearing the hat.
Nice.
And that's where they said, hey, the hat's pretty cool.
That is cool.
The hat's cool. But anyhow,
I'm not talking about hats.
not talking about hats. They're talking about coffee. And one of the dads,
One of them.
he was like, if you don't have a toffee nut frappuccino, I'm not coming over. I'm not interested. But he's a little inconsistent because he's one of the guys that's come over to my house he'll let me make anything for him. You know, he'll try it from the Chemex, he'll try it from the Hario, he'll try it from the Blue Bottle, he'll try it from the AeroPress. He'll be like, whatever. He wants coffee to taste the way it smells.
Yeah.
Until then, he'll settle for the toffee nut frappuccino. But he brings up an interesting point, and that's this. When your customers come in, they want what they want.
Yeah.
Until they either know better or they change something, or you change something in them. You know what I mean? And you can introduce them to something different. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, they want what they want.
Yeah.
And they're going to get what they get. And you said that Jared, just big shout out to, or was it Chris Baca? Big shout out to True Baca over there at Cat and Cloud on one of their recent podcasts that Chris was talking about helping customers or just acknowledging that it's a business. It's not just you drinking fancy coffee and promoting fancy coffee.
Yeah.
It's you running a business with real people who have to be happy with the product that you give them and the service you provide them.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it was nice because they've both recently, Chris and Jared, did talks up at the SCAA Expo.
Yep.
And they kind of formatted that and also, presented that on a couple podcast episodes.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, we do. And I haven't finished, but some of the things that Chris was talking about in his is that there is a connection you have to make. And he said he's had personal experience and he's seen others around him in his circle that had such a love for the product and said, hey, we have such, I have such a passion for this product. I'm going to bring it to market. And they do. They start a business. But then it ends in utter ruin. And it ends in loss of, personal savings and just such a toll on you as an individual. Just so many things went wrong because, in his perspective, he kind of forgot to look at it as a business. And that being, well, what is a business about? A business about making money. Well, how do you make money? You have customers. Well, how do you get customers? You deliver something they want.
Yeah.
And so there's a connection between what you're excited about and what the general mass, or at least enough people to sustain your business, are excited about.
And if you have to spend an enormous amount of time educating them or convincing them that they want this,
yeah,
you're fighting an uphill battle.
There's a fine line, and I think they are at the forefront, Cat and Cloud, and they're trying to bridge this gap, as we've mentioned before, between what people are used to, what they've come to expect as quote-unquote gourmet coffee, good coffee,
gourmet,
and what really is specialty coffee, things above 85 points, coffee that is truly special, truly got amazing flavor.
I don't think I'd ever heard that before, Mike. So you're saying that the SCA says that specialty coffee is coffee that is 85 points and above.
I think, I'm not positive it's the SCA, but I think in his talk, you can go listen to it, he mentions a statistic, and I think it was the SCA that classified what if you want to call yourself a specialty coffee shop, you have to be serving coffees that are 80 points or higher is kind of the minimum.
80 points or higher.
They consider, so there's kind of coffee's classified two different ways. You have specialty, and then you have commodity. Anything below 80 is considered a commodity, and that's where you get, anything else. Most of the industry is flooded with commodity-style coffee, just your regular run-of-the-mill coffee, gas stations, most supermarkets. Specialty is anything above 80 points, and so technically, if you're serving anything above, you can call yourself a specialty coffee shop. Now, he further went on in that talk, and there were other statistics that I guess of the quote-unquote specialty shops, only 20% of them, and I'm going from memory, so forgive me if I skewed a little.
Right, if you misquote, we'll forgive you.
We're only serving coffees greater than, I think, 84 points, which is interesting because if you follow us or you know anything about people like Chris and Jared or Tim Wendelbo, they don't, I think, touch anything under 85, 86, 87, and beyond because they know that that's when the quality of coffee really starts to pop.
I guess in my mind, I thought that you got to get up into the 90s in order to have good coffee. But I was listening to another podcast. I think it was, it's the same one that, remember Tim Wendelbo was on for that interview? Is it Coffee Awesome?
Yeah.
The Coffee Awesome podcast. And old boy was talking about 80. He was talking about limiting what kind of coffees they would buy as a green buyer.
Yeah.
And he would only do 85 and above.
I think it was 85, yeah.
85 and above.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wow. I guess the coffee because both of our saguaros, we've only sold 2 coffees.
Yeah.
The one was from Mixteca, and the other one was a Terrasu from Costa Rica. One from Mexico, one from Costa Rica. And they were both 86s, 87s, 85s.
Yeah. The Mexico was an 86. Ooh, easy. But
wow, sorry.
I'm getting excited.
Sorry.
And the Costa Rican is an 87 point something. But the more you know, 90 more coffees are rare. I mean,
I thought we were shortchanging folks because it wasn't in the 90s.
I know it sounds like well, that's the A+ category, the A category.
Yeah, it should be in the 80s, but really, it's not. That is exceptional green coffee.
It really is. I mean, some of the geisha we had last time that was quite expensive was a 91.
Yeah,
I mean, for comparison, if you follow at all the luxury coffee chef,
it didn't seem to me. I don't want to be a heretic here, a coffee heretic, but the geisha was not that much better than the Costa Rica to me.
I enjoyed
the quality of it.
I enjoyed it, but I think there is the higher, in my mind, the higher point coffee you go, the more of a connoisseur you truly need to be. Because it's like, if you live in the coffee world long enough and your regular day drinker is an 87 point coffee, what's going to excite you now?
You're going to need to get wowed.
You need the next drug.
Get you
need
going.
the next,
chasing that dragon.
Exactly. So I think it's not going to appeal to most people. It's just kind of a progression. If you follow it all, there's someone out there called the Luxury Coffee Chef, and he's also known for cooking with coffee.
Oh, okay.
But he sells coffee that he roasts, and all of his coffee is very expensive, but it's all 100 point, 98, 99, 100 point coffee that he claims is like just the most amazing coffee in the world.
In the world. Maybe we'll have to try it sometime.
We might. And it is pricey, but you can look him up. He's got a website. You can order it. I mean, he throws out videos of him making a French press with 100 point coffee. And I'm just thinking, is it? How good is it? Or how crazy is the flavor? I mean, it's only as good as you brew it, obviously. But
it's only as good as you roast it as well.
True that.
Like, it may have been cupped by the buyer.
Yeah.
But if you're not the green buyer and you didn't cup it, you're the roaster, you're getting what you're being told is a great bean, and I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But how do we know you're not ruining it?
Well, just take it a second crack and you're good to go.
Take it a second crack, you're good to go. So
anyway.
The wrestling coach is another dad.
Yeah.
He said that the ladies where he works, he's a manager, and so he'll go on coffee runs for the girls that work there.
Good boss.
Yeah, they switched as an office staff from Starbucks to Dutch Bros.
Okay.
And I told him, well, it's the vibe, it's the culture.
Yeah.
I remember that great article that we wrote about, or that we wrote, that I wrote, that we read about the Dutch Bros founder, who's like, I don't need to make more than $250,000 a year. I don't need to. I invest the rest of it back in the company and back into my people.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I'm going to let that dude make a lot of money.
Sets the tone for the culture.
It sets the tone for the culture.
Sure does.
And there are many times, like right now, I'm feeling like going to Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
Not for the coffee, because the coffee's not very good. I'll just be real honest with you.
Yeah.
But when you show up, the energy, the service, the vibe, the culture is great. Mm-hmm. It's energetic. Now, you can't go sit down. It's a drive-through.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I'd be interested to see.
It's kind of funny. Oh, welcome. Here you go. Now go.
Hey, love you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I think there is something to be said for that. It's easier to... It's
to
easier to give a lot of love to a little bit of time there. I don't have to tolerate you long enough to realize that you're a jerk.
They have a little seating, outdoor seating
outside.
area. Yeah.
But I'm not coming out there to see you.
No restroom, I don't think either.
No, you're outside.
Oh, yeah, hang out. Yeah, you can sit outside anywhere you like.
And drink this caffeinated beverage. There's a
a
diuretic.
Yeah.
And as soon as you have to pee, you're going to leave.
Exactly.
And we're getting the next people in.
But I've heard...
It's a perfect business model.
It's a great business model, and I think the energy is a plus, but that energy doesn't appeal to everybody.
Right.
And I've heard the reverse, too, from people that go, we'll go to Dutch Bros, but it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I don't, you know what I mean? And so I think it depends a little bit on the person.
Well,
time.
I think that, you do you, though.
Exactly.
You do you, and you'll appeal to those people. You can't...
appeal to all?
You can't. You've got to
please them all.
You can't try and bring your product to people that aren't going to talk people into buying your stuff.
There's a limit.
There's a limit. You do you, and if you build it, they will come.
I think the key, though, is you can't fake caring.
You can't fake caring.
And if you care, even if you're hyped up and people aren't feeling that hype, or if you're mellow and people aren't feeling that mellow, there are people that will. And as long as you care, it will show.
Let me tell you who cares about coffee.
Tell me who cares.
Scott Rao cares about coffee.
Scott Rao does care.
And I'd like to take this time to plug our Friday show.
What's happening Friday?
It's going to be the episode... Give me a second and I'll tell you what episode it's going to be so I can properly plug it. It's going to be episode 56 because this is 55. Episode 56 is going to be a shorter episode.
Special edition.
A special edition. But Scott Rao is going to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Why is he going to answer your questions? Because he cares. He cares about coffee. He cares about you. He cares about you having an excellent coffee experience. So he's going to answer your questions. And it don't matter if you're just like Mike and I, two bozos who don't know anything about coffee, who are learning, who are growing in this specialty coffee industry, or you've been a pro for a long time and you've got a question that you have
Something you're wrestling with.
Something you've been wrestling with.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Let us know. Send it to us. I think what you might be asking, how does it come about that someone that's, a pretty well-established industry expert
You want the story?
kind of get tied in with...
I'll give you the story.
With Orange Cactus. Two guys.
Yeah.
I'll set the stage
Set
and then
the
you
stage.
run with it.
Yeah,
Two guys
I'll tell
that enjoy coffee, have started this journey all but 10 months to almost a year ago.
Right,
coming
but-
from the financial industry.
But we didn't start putting it out there till January 1st.
We launched it in January, but we first started meeting, about 10 months ago.
6
saying,
months
"Hey,
ago.
you like coffee.
Yeah.
I like coffee. We know there's a lot more to coffee. So two newbies to the industry, how do they go about getting someone involved on the show and kind of provide so much value and opportunity to help the community? So, yeah, I am curious. How does one bring about such a partnership?
Well, Scott was rocking a yes or no with Scott Rao question and answer segment on his blog. And he was just getting inundated with questions that were very specific and that he was incapable of spending the time on to answer the way he wanted to.
Yeah.
To actually answer. There's too many unknown variables, too many anything else. It was just taking up too much of his time.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's traveling.
It's a tough thing without a curation effort.
He goes around the world as a coffee consultant.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the knowledge. He's the pro, not me.
No.
So he said, hey, if anyone knows, on his blog, he said, if anybody knows of a way that I can spend, less than an hour a week to answer these questions, I'd be delighted to. Let me know. And so I was like, well, I have the time, the energy, and the willingness and the drive to do all the legwork. So from collecting the questions, we kind of, over the last 6 weeks, we've put feelers out there without dropping Scott's name that we want, send us your questions. And we've got questions. And we've got one that's going to be answered this week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any more are ever going to be answered, but one's going to be answered this week.
And it's a good one.
And if you want to get your questions in, hit us up, Mike at orangecactuscoffee.com, Jacob at orangecactuscoffee.com, at orangecactusaz on Twitter or on Instagram. But so I said, well, we would do that. We'll do the back end work.
Yeah.
All you have to do is pick a question that you want to answer and record it and send it to me. I'll take care of everything else.
Yeah.
I'll do everything else.
Try and make it as simple as possible.
And to me, that still he's giving more value than I am. He's giving more than we are.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't add any value to the answers, to what people really want to know, questions that they really want answered about coffee. Scott can answer those. He's been in the industry a long time and he knows a lot.
Yeah.
And he's very humble, very gracious, very cool. I don't have all of that.
No, not at all. But I do think
I'm just Jake.
You're just Jake. But I think you made a connection that helped bring this about, help bring it to life. And that is, hey, we are the next iteration of specialty coffee. Call it whatever you want. Call it round 2 of third wave. Call it fourth wave. Call it whatever you want. It's the future of coffee. Not only us, but our listeners and a lot of people out there hey.
You listening, you are.
I want to get involved. I want to take it to the next level.
Yes.
We're ready to do more in coffee,
Yeah.
whether you're beginning or you've been in it for a long time. And so you approached it.
2 seconds, Mike. Yeah, a lot of you are. You're not alone. You're listening right now. You're trying to get your foot in coffee. You think that everybody else listening is, or I don't know if you know or whether you think about who else is listening, but like you and me, they're like you, me, and Mike, trying to get into specialty coffee, learning about it, excited about it, wanting to make a difference in the industry.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think you came about it and presented it and said, hey, Scott, we're not a professional platform. You know what I mean? You're not throwing your hat in amongst other wise leaders here, but you're doing something that's greater and something that it's almost an investment in the future of coffee.
Yeah.
You're helping the newbies, those that aren't ingrained with bad practices as he encounters day in and day out, because that's just how it's always been done. It's how my boss showed me. It's how my boss's boss showed me.
Yeah. We have very low tolerance for industry, I don't want to call it fluff, but the whole concept of we just do it because that's the way it's always been done.
Why do we do it that way? So we're so malleable in this state. We all are. We all want to learn. We're hungry for knowledge.
And we're disrupting it, bro. We're disrupting it.
And so we want to do it better. We want to do it right. And I think it's such a good place to be. And those are the people. When you have someone, especially, and I'm tying this all in, trust me, I'm going somewhere. When you have a new employee, if you ever hire somebody, I would 1,000 times over rather hire somebody with no experience but is eager to learn and make a difference than somebody with loads of experience but is not very teachable anymore.
Yeah.
Because they think that because of that experience, they know it all. And they might have something to bring to the table. But when you're trying to do something new and different or start your own way of servicing customers, that's a lot of baggage you have to get through.
Yeah.
And I think he fights that day in and day out. So when you have people like us that want to learn, tell us, why is that the right way? Why is this the wrong way?
Yeah.
I think when you kind of presented it to them and said, we have a whole community of those people that want to take this to the next level.
Yeah.
And we need help. And he was like, sounds good. Let's
Done deal.
do it.
Yeah.
And I think that really brought it into fruition and brought it to life. And hopefully this will become something of a regular segment.
Yeah.
And we can all learn together. I'm excited for it. I think it's great.
I'm very excited as well. I'm excited because I think there's a tremendous value for you, the listener, and for me, the listener as well, and for Mike as we're learning and growing. It's not, anything exceptional about us. It is Scott being gracious.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think one thing to visualize, because we really do need those questions, just all of a sudden Scott shows up. He's there in front of you. He's at your house. He's at your work. You got one question. What do you ask Scott? What's going on right now in your coffee journey that you just, it doesn't make sense, or you're not sure? Throw it our way.
Yeah.
He's there. He's ready to answer it. So let's see what we can do.
All right. We're excited about that. We're excited about you listening. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next time.
That's it. Later.
Later indeed. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you can find the show notes at orangecactuscoffee.com/episode 55. And again, if you have questions for Scott Rao, send them to us at jacob@orangecactuscoffee.com and mike@orangecactuscoffee.com. And really, if you want to talk about anything else coffee, you want to talk about batch brewers, you want to talk about coffee roasting, you want to talk about the point system, you want to talk about running a coffee shop, whatever you want to talk about, hit us up. It's our honor to be in your ear. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.